Vaishvamai Mamma Yajvadya Mam Evaye Prachante Maimetam Tarantate. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has innumerable energies, and all these energies are divine. Although the living entities are part of his energies and are therefore divine, due to contact with material energy, their original superior power is covered. Being thus covered by material energy, one cannot possibly overcome its influence. As previously stated, both the material and spiritual natures, being emanations from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are eternal. The living entities belong to the eternal superior nature of the Lord, but due to contamination by the inferior nature, matter, their illusion is also eternal. The living entities belong to the eternal superior nature of the Lord.
Living entities belong to the eternal superior nature of the Lord.
But due to contamination by the inferior nature, matter, their illusion is also eternal.
Question is raised here. Living entities are superior, isn't it? They are not inferior. So why are they contaminated with the inferior nature when they are superior?
They're also called marginal, so they can go either way. They can get influenced by the material energy also.
Yes. Living entities are also an energy of the Supreme Lord. They are called marginal energy, marginal potency, isn't it? Marginal means two, superior and inferior. Two are there in the living entities. Sanskrit word is toto, totostha. Toto means, we say toto, where two things, water and land, jalo and sthala, are there. That is called toto. You understand? We say it toto. Toto means both jala, water, and sthala, land, have tossed it. Therefore, Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency, means two things, para and apara, superior and inferior, internal and external energies are there. That means living entity is in between these two. You understand? These two energies, living entity has tossed these two energies. There is touch of these two energies, para and apara, superior and inferior, with the living entity. You understand? One example may be cited as a frog. Have you seen a frog? Frog may live in the land and may live in water. May be aquatic and may not be aquatic. You understand? So, ubhayachara prani, we say. Ubhayachara. That means both. The frog may live both in land and water. Sometimes it may live in water, sometimes in land. Similar living entity can live under para-prakriti, superior nature or live under inferior nature, avara prakriti or material nature. You understand? As he desires. You understand? It depends upon the desire or willingness of the living entity. You understand? Because two things are there. Both para and apara have tossed living entity. You understand? And living entity has a minute independence. So he may, by exercising his independence, he may live under para, superior energy, or may live under apara, inferior energy. But when? But by nature, but naturally, or constitutionally, living entity belongs to superior energy. So when that living entity will live under superior energy, para prakriti, he gets his constitutional position. He is situated in his constitutional position. And when he lives under apara prakriti, the inferior energy is not in his constitutional position. You understand? In other words, we must say, when living entity makes his minute independence, utilizes his minute independence properly, he lives under paraprakriti. When he misuses or abuses his minute independence, that is, he lives under aparaprakriti. So he will be captured by Maya. Thereby he will forget his constitutional position and forget his own identity, forget Lord, Supreme Lord. And he will be here, cut off by material energy or material nature, and the spirit soul will be encased in a material triangle. You understand? And will suffer birth, death, old age and disease, life after life, unless he is situated in his constitutional position. This is the reason. And another thing is there also. Krishna bhuli sehi jiva anadi bahir mukha ato eva maya tare deho sansara adi dukha. This question is raised also. When this forgetfulness has begun, has taken place. You understand? When Jiva, a living entity, came under the influence of Maya, captured by Maya. You understand? But it is stated, Krishna boli sahi jiva anadi bahirmukha. The word anadi is used here. Anadi means one cannot trace out its beginning. It is beginningless. One cannot trace out when such forgetfulness has taken place. No. It is anadi. You understand? So this is most important and very, very significant, this word anadi is here. And many times, very often, many devotees also ask this question. Now, as we are spirit souls, spiritual spark. So we were there in the spiritual world. You understand? As well as part and parcel of the super soul. You understand? And so we have fallen down from that platform. But this is not so. If you'll say so, that once you were there, so where is the question of falling down? Jadgatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Gita says this thing. If a soul enters, conditioned soul, you understand? It's a question of conditioned soul. Once enters into that spiritual kingdom, it will never come down again here, assuming a metal body. You understand? So, where is the question? That once you are there and you have fallen down, no question is there. Then where we are? This question is again raised. From where we have fallen down? Huh? Yes. The authorities say, at best, the conditioned soul may go up to Brahman effulgence. You understand? And from there he falls down. Arya Kusrena param padam tata patanti odha anadruta smad angraya. 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. Arya Kusrena param padam tata patanti odha anadruta smad angraya. You understand? Those who undergo very severe austerities and penances to merge into that Brahman effulgence, they may go there. But they cannot stay there. They will fall down from that platform to this material platform again. You understand? Because that is not a place to stay. Only safe place is the lotus feet of Krishna. You understand? If a living entity can rest at the lotus feet of Krishna, he will never fall down. You understand? That is the only place. And that is the place of refuge. You understand? That is that. You understand? So, that is said here. The living entities are superior energy by nature, but they are contaminated. Why they are contaminated? Because by abusing their minute independence. They have been captured by Maya and they have been contaminated. Otherwise, no question of contamination there. You understand? Yes.
The conditioned soul is therefore called Nitya Baddha, or eternally conditioned. No one can trace out the history of his becoming conditioned at a certain date in material history.
No one can trace out history. Prabhupada said that. All of that, yes. No one can trace out history. Anadi. Yes.
Consequently, his release from the clutches of material nature is very difficult.
Very difficult.
Even though that material nature is an inferior energy, because material energy is ultimately conducted by the Supreme Will, which the living entity cannot overcome. Inferior material energy is defined herein as divine nature due to its divine connection and movement by the divine will.
Yes. Daivi means divine. Though it is material nature and inferior nature, still it is Daivi, it is divine. The source emanation is Supreme Lord. Is Shaktiman. That means, in English, what do you say? Shaktiman. Energetic. and energy, the source of all energy. The Supreme Lord has multifarious energies. Veda says. What does it say?
Vividhaiva sruyate.
Vividhaiva sruyate. Parasya saktir vividhaiva sruyate. Yes. Parasya saktir vividhaiva sruyate. Vividha means multifarious. You understand? For means Supreme Lord has multifarious energies. And this is one of them. The inferior nature. His energy. So it is Daivi. The word Daivi is used. Yes.
Being conducted by divine will, material nature, although inferior, acts so wonderfully in the construction and destruction of the cosmic manifestation. The Vedas confirm this as follows: Mayam tu prakritim vidyan, Mayinam tu maheshwaram. Although Maya, illusion, is false or temporary, the background of Maya is the supreme magician, the personality of Godhead, who is Maheshwara, the supreme controller. Another meaning of guna is rope. It is to be understood that the conditioned soul is tightly tied by the ropes of illusion. A man bound by the hands and feet cannot free himself. He must be helped by a person who is unbound. Because the bound cannot help the bound, the rescuer must be liberated. Therefore, only Lord Krishna or his bona fide representative, his spiritual master, can release the conditioned soul. Without such superior help, one cannot be freed from the bondage of material nature. Devotional service or Krishna consciousness can help one gain such release. Krishna, being the Lord of illusory energy, can order this insurmountable energy to release the conditioned soul. He orders this release out of his causeless mercy on the surrendered soul and out of his paternal affection for the living entity, who is originally a beloved son of the Lord. Therefore, surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord is the only means to get free from the clutches of the stringent material nature. The words Mam Eva are also significant. Mam means unto Krishna, Vishnu only, and not Brahma or Shiva. Although Brahma and Shiva are greatly elevated and are almost on the level of Vishnu, it is not possible for such incarnations of Rajaguna, passion, and Tamaguna, ignorance, to release the conditioned soul from the clutches of Maya. In other words, both Brahma and Shiva are also under the influence of Maya. Only Vishnu is the master of Maya. Therefore, he alone can give release to the conditioned soul. The Vedas, Sveta Upanishad, confirm this in the phrase Tam Eva Viditva, or freedom is possible only by understanding Krishna. Even Lord Shiva affirms that liberation can be achieved only by the mercy of Vishnu. Lord Shiva says, Mukti Pradata Savesham Vishnu Eva Na Samsaya. There is no doubt that Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone.
Yes. Lord Shiva, as Mahajan said, all Shastra, Vedic scriptures say. So, one of his names is Mukunda. Supreme Lord's name is Mukunda. Mukunda means one who gives mukti, mukti pradata. His name is Mukunda. You understand? Unless one takes shelter or completely surrenders himself to the lotus feet of Mukunda, one cannot get out of the clutches of Maya. Vaivihesa gunamayi, mama Maya durutya, very difficult to overcome. And Supreme Lord Mukunda is known as Maya Dhisha, the master of Maya. You understand? If someone takes shelter of him, of his lotus feet, out of his affectionate nature, because living entity is his son, dear son. So, when some living entity completely surrenders himself or takes shelter, lotus feet of Mukunda, Supreme Lord, so he adopts Maya to get him free, to set him free. Because he is the master of Maya, Maya is. So Maya carries out his harder. Otherwise, no possible. Get out of the process of Maya. So strong, Maya is very strong. So Maya has bound of polar entangled. The rope of Maya, guna means rope, there says. Triguna Mayi, three ropes. Sattva, Raja, Tama. You understand? Triguna Mayi Maya. All are bound up, all conditioned souls are bound up here in this mental world. So they cannot free themselves by their own way. You understand? On strength or intelligence, anything else. Someone who is not bound, unbound, a liberated soul, he can free conditioned soul. So either Krishna or his bona fide representative, guru, spiritual master, they can make free his conditioned souls. You understand? Because Gurudev, spiritual master, is a liberated soul. Is not a conditioned soul. And out of his causeless mercy, he has come to this material world to liberate the conditioned souls. That is his mercy. You understand? So, when a conditioned soul takes shelter at the lotus feet of Guru, Guru Padasra, then Guru can liberate him. When he comes under his discipline, spiritual master discipline, obeys his instruction, orders, and does sadhana bhajan under his guidance, so Guru can liberate him. He will be liberated. Otherwise, no way. You understand? That unconquerable Maya. Révélation Gunamayi, Mama Maya, Durotte. Nobody can conquer, overcome. And Shastra it said, Agotana Sagotana Patyasi Shakti. That Maya Shakti. Agotana Sagotana Patyasi Shakti. That Shakti, that potency, that energy, Maya is so powerful. It can act wonderfully. Wonderfully. Agotana Sagotana Patyasi. She is very expert in performing many wonderful acts. You understand? That Sanskrit word Agotana Sagotana Patyasi. Shakti. That theme is that she can act wonderfully, which one cannot conceive, inconceivable. You understand? She may act inconceivably, very wonderful. You understand? And therefore, Lord says, Mama Maya Duratteya. It's Duratteya. Very difficult to overcome it. But this is the only way. Mame vijay prapadyante maya me tam taranti te. This is the only way. Surrender unto me. Then you can overcome this. Very wonderful and very powerful Maya. You understand? Yes.
There's a question.
Yes.
We had discussed this before, previously. A lot of our leading devotees in our movement, they say, well, they actually say that we fell from the spiritual world. But and then there's many quotes,
Yes.
like such as this one. Prabhupada says, who was originally a beloved son of the Lord, originally we were son, then reviving our Krishna consciousness. There's so many references, and they can quote from these different books that Prabhupada, purports that Prabhupada writes. Um, how to come to the conclusion, convince them, which is correct?
Because Lord has said, Jadgatva na nivartante tadham paramam mama. Once you have entranced into that spiritual world, you will never return. Come down here with a material body. No.
They say that is referring to once, second time you go back from the material world, when you go back. That the living entity in the spiritual world has the freedom he has a choice to come here or stay there. That's the argument.
Yes, freedom is there, but nobody there will desire to come up here. Do you understand? Because that is higher, superior nature, and living entity gets a superior taste there. Param društva nivartate, that is also there in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And when someone gets superior taste, he will never desire for inferior taste. Why will he desire for inferior taste? No. No such instance is there. Do you understand? Never. Therefore, Krishna says, Jad gatva na nivartante tadham paramam mama. Once living entity gets entrance, there, the spiritual sky or spiritual kingdom will never come down again to this material world with material body. Those who come here, yes, they come out of their causeless mercy, their Vaishnavas, Acharyas, to deliver the conditioned souls. And their body is not material. Their body is spiritual body. Yes, that's the question.
I have a question, actually two questions. First one is, does that mean that those who have never been in this material world, they can always have the desire to come down? And that once they're done here, they will never want to go back because they know how it is.
What is your question?
The question is that this knowledge of the material world, those who have not been there in this material world,
Yes.
they need that knowledge, so they have to.
Oh, they want to have this knowledge, so they want to come down here. Your question is like that.
No, the question is, if they have not been in this material world, does that mean there is a chance that they will fall down?
No, there is no chance of falling down from spiritual life. No. Most of the nobody has fallen down from spiritual kingdom. Only joy and vijay. They came down here by the will of the Lord. They were cursed by 4 Kumaras. You understand? And that is the will of the Supreme Lord. Because Supreme Lord wants to fight, to get some pleasure out of fighting. So with whom will he fight? Because Supreme Lord's pastimes are all transcendental pastimes, not material, spiritual. So his fighting also is transcendental. You understand? And he must fight with his own men. So by the will of Supreme Lord, those 2 doorkeepers, gatekeepers, Joy and Vijay, they took birth here, this metro, for 3 lives. And every time, Supreme Lord kills them. And there is a great fight between them. And they were killed every time by the Supreme Lord. You understand? So, actually, they didn't desire to come down here. They didn't desire. But the will of Supreme Lord to enact pastime. You understand?
So does that mean that those who are here in this material world, they are here, they have been here
Yes, they are said.
from the beginning?
You see, beginning cannot be traced out. It is said, Anadi Vahimukha. Prabhupada said that thing in his purport, isn't it? Beginning cannot be traced out. It is Anadi. beginning of that. You cannot resolve it. As I just say, up to. At best, a conditioned soul may go up to Brahman, and from there he falls. And once he gets entranced into the spiritual world, he will never again come down here with the material body. Never. You understand? So it is inconceivable. We cannot conceive of it. Yes, it's inconceivable. And nobody will desire there to have such experience, what is this material world, and let me have some experience. Nobody will have such desire there, because they are getting superior death. You understand? That will never enter into their thought process. They will never think like that. You understand?
To some extent, but my understanding was completely different until now. I thought that you always had the independence to come to this material world, and that even in the case you want to come to enjoy here, then Krishna will come and talk to you to convince you not to go and have some relations like that.
Yes. Thereby, if someone wants to come here, thereby he abuses his independence. You understand? Huh? Those who are in the spiritual world, they don't want to abuse their independence also. They are, in other words, they are fully Krishna conscious. They know everything. And they are always engaged in the loving service of the Supreme Lord and getting superior pleasure. You understand? They will never think of this thing. Let me go there and have some experience, nasty experience. Let me eat stool, how it tastes. One who is tasting nectar. You understand? No, sir. You know it. But instance also there. This is only instance of joy and pleasure. And that is the reason why they came here. You understand? No other instance is there. No other. Therefore Krishna says, Jab-gatva non-nivartante. This is most significant, most important.
But that refers to those who are here now. That I can conceive that those who will return to the spiritual world, they will never want to come back again.
Yes, come back again.
But I cannot conceive why people who are there have no facility to go down.
No facility. That we cannot say it is a facility to fall down.
No idea, no desire.
No desire. They will never cherish such desire. Why they? This thought will never enter into their mind. If someone tastes nectar, he will never cherish, never desire to taste stool like a hog. Not at all. This is our mental concoction. We may think like that.
We cannot conceive it because...
No, it is inconceivable. Therefore it is said it's inconceivable, achintya. We cannot conceive because we have a material body, we have a material mind. Our conception is very, very limited. You understand? Even we cannot conceive everything here in this material situation also. What to speak of spiritual? You understand? How can material mind can think of something spiritual? Therefore it is said inconceivable. You understand? So you have to accept authority only. This is the principle. Accept the bona fide authority. You understand? Against the Prabhu. Accept. Authority says 2 and 2 is 4. Yes. Why not? No. Question, why not? Yes, accept authority. That's make some advancement in the spiritual. But then you can realize and can understand why it is not so. Then it will be explained. You understand? And you can realize it automatically. You understand? That is it.
So this whole thing is that this belief by the devotees who think this way, it's all a mental concoction.
Yes, mental concoction, definitely.
Because Srila Prabhupada never said either way.
No, 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 no. No authority, no Acharya have said so. No. Why it said Anadi? It's beginningless.
It's a common understanding because I heard many devotees give classes always explaining this.
The
No,
majority of the devotees in our movement think that.
no, that's not correct. That's not correct.
You know where this is coming from? Who started to explain
It is mental concoction. Yes.
There is no verse saying no Shastra.
Shastra says, Jaggatana Nivartante. This is Shastra. This is Lord's own statement. This is Bhagavad Gita. This is Shastra. Essence of all Vedas. Jaggatana Nivartante Tadhama Paramam. This is Shastra. What more you want? You understand? And only instance Jaya Vijay and why they came. And another instance is Tulsi Upakhyan. No other instance is there. And it is intention of the Lord. You understand? Yes. No other thing is there.
They're teaching this other way all over the movement.
Yeah.
Right now, presently.
That's not authentic. It's not authentic. You see?
No, but he said that means again, but again means the second time. What about the first time?
That's the way they interpret it.
Interpretation, that interpretation. You see? Jadgatvana nivartante. Once enter, you will never return here.
But that's so that means interpretation.
Nobody will come here with a metal body. Those who are coming here, their bodies are not material, spiritual bodies.
And those who are here, they've been here from the beginning.
Yes, that's Pranad. You cannot trace out its beginning. In the purport, Upada said that thing.
From the beginning.
This purport, what said? You cannot trace out its beginning.
Can you find it?
Yes, you read it. You read it. You cannot find out its beginning. Read that
I
purport.
heard so many crazy things.
Crazy.
Like they say, you have a place in the spiritual world. When you go, that place is vacant. They keep it for you and they say, please come back and, crazy.
No place is vacant there.
Then you go back and you take your vacant place again.
No, no. It's such a vast place. Not a specific
No, but-
place. Vacant place. Huh?
The
They say
conditioned,
like,
Yes.
the conditioned soul is therefore called Nityabhada or eternally conditioned.
Eternally conditioned. Nitya Buddha.
No one can trace out the history of his becoming conditioned at a
Yes.
certain
No, but you can trace out its becoming conditioned, you see. That if somebody says, yes, he has fallen down from spiritual world, then beginning is traced out.
So they're actually interpreting the word eternally conditioned, meaning as far as we can perceive, recording, but it says eternally.
Eternal. There are two types, Nitya Buddha, Nitya Mukta. You understand?
That was my second question, was that there are two types of living entities then.
Yes, Nitya Buddha, Nitya Mukta. Eternally liberated, eternally conditioned. And another is Bodha Mukta. Once they were conditioned, now they are liberated. Bodha Mukta.
That's a third category then.
Third category, Bodha Mukta.
But those who are Nityabhada, they become
They will become liberated. So they will become Bodha Mukta.
but not eternally liberated.
Not, huh?
They will not become eternally liberated.
Yes, when they will be liberated, they will be liberated. They will never be again conditioned. No. Yes.
Are there any living entities that never go back, that stay conditioned in the future eternally? Or does
Here,
here?
they have chance. They have chance to go back home.
Does everyone one day get the chance, take advantage of the chance?
Yes.
Every living entity goes back
Yes, because
eventually.
Yes.
Everybody goes back.
the spirit souls, they are not matter. They are spirit. They must go to spiritual kingdom.
Someday.
You understand?
Then someday they will.
Therefore, Prabhupada says go back home, back to Godhead. Your home is there. This is not your home. Back home.
I'm just trying to understand if eternal living entities, but they all eventually go back. But there's eternal living entities in the Brahma Jyoti, in the Brahman effulgence. Is eternal.
In many innumerable living entities are floating there in the Brahman Jyoti. Innumerable.
The whole thing is inconceivable.
Inconceivable. It is inconceivable. As the example is given, you see a sun's rays passing through a small hole. You see so many particle-like things are moving there. Similarly, in Brahma Jyoti, innumerable living entities are floating there. And they are falling here. And some are going there, again falling. Always there.
They cannot remain eternally.
No, that's not the place at all.
Once they come down and then they can go back.
That is not the place to stay there. They may go there and float for some time, again fall down. Only place is Krishna Parva.
What is the difference between eternally liberated souls and those souls that are in the Brahma Jyoti? Is their position different?
Different, definitely. Those who are in Brahma Jyoti, they are not liberated.
But the eternally liberated souls that never came to the material world, they're all in the category of Jiva souls also.
They are souls.
But why is it that they're there and some are in the Brahma Jyoti? Why? Why is it some are eternally liberated and never...
Because they are always engaged in loving service of Krishna. They are situated in their constitutional position.
But what's the distinguishing factor of why some souls are there and some souls are here?
By abusing your independence. Those souls abuse their independence, they come here.
But what I'm trying to say, those souls that are eternally in the spiritual world,
Yes.
They don't have a chance to abuse their independence.
No chance. No, they will never abuse. While they abuse.
Yes.
They know it very well that this will be the consequence if you will abuse. Why shall we abuse? If someone knows if I thrust my finger into the fire, it will burn. Why will put his finger into the fire? Those who are eternally liberated souls, those who are in the spiritual kingdom, they know it. They know everything, as Krishna knows everything. You understand? The liberated soul knows everything. And what is this material situation, material existence? So why they will aspire for coming here? You understand? They never think of, if they come, out of their causeless mercy, they will come to liberate, to deliver the conditioned souls. Let me go. That is their causeless mercy. Oh, these people are suffering. Go and deliver them and give them this transcendental knowledge. That is His mercy. Daya. You understand? Imparting this knowledge means His mercy. That is mercy. You understand? When the conditioned soul, Brahmanda Brahmite kon Bhagyavan Jiva, that's what says Bhagyavan, fortunate. He is fortunate. One who comes to, approaches a bona fide spiritual master, Guru Padasraya, and comes to this path of devotion, devotional service. He is fortunate. Brahmanda Brahmite kon Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Krupate Paya Bhakti Lata. You see, he says, Bhagyavan, he is fortunate. After wandering so many universes, undergoing so many lakhs of species of life, this material world, he is considered fortunate. One who approaches a bona fide spiritual master, with mercy of Krishna. If he has some security, bhakti mukhi security, you understand, ajnata security, unconsciously, he has earned some security, therefore he comes here.
Trying to answer one quick question. So I'm just trying to understand this. Probably it's inconceivable. So Nitya Siddha, they're just in a different category, that they never have to come in contact with the material world.
No. Nitya Siddha.
Nitya Siddha.
Yes.
But I'm trying to understand why. Some living entities are Nitya Siddha from the beginning, and some are Nitya Bada, revolving.
Beginning, you can't speak that beginning. Anadi. Beginning less. You understand? Beginning less. That is the only answer by abusing one's minute independence.
It's because we always want to trace it out.
Yes.
But actually, speaking, we cannot trace it out.
No, you cannot trace it out. That's why you cannot trace it out. You always want to trace it out, but you cannot trace it out. It's anadi, being less. You understand?
This is our material way
Yes,
of thinking.
material thinking.
Material intelligence. We
Yes,
always want to
material
trace it out.
intelligence and material way of thinking. Is material way of thinking. Material mind. We have material mind. So it's material way of thinking and material nature. Inconceivable.
Completely.
We always want to be able to conceive everything.
Yes, but we cannot
that's
conceive it.
Yes, it is actually.
It's inconceivable. No, don't think it.
No, it's not incapable.
You understand? It's inconceivable. Spiritual, material. How can you conceive it? Just accept authority. Only accept. Don't question why and how.